So my research study that I had to look into was a investigation which looked at slow deep breathing on improved symptoms and altered rectal sensitivity in patients with constipation, predominant irritable bowel syndrome. IBS-C is one of the most common disorders of the gut-brain interaction, and it's shown to link the gut-brain interaction is the link between the emotional and cognitive centers of the brain with peripheral intestinal functions. IBS-C is linked to the imbalance of the autonomic nervous system, and typically there's a high sympathetic tone and impaired vagal pathway with patients. They also have visceral sensitivity, which is a low threshold for pain in the internal organs, as well as other factors of IBS-C is bacterial overgrowth, gut inflammation, amongst other factors. It's quite a debilitating disease. It causes abdominal pain and discomfort, as well as different defecation habits. And traditionally, it's been treated with supplements, things like dietary changes and drugs, although these do have potential side effects. And at the moment, there's no real gold standard intervention, and it can lead to a really difficult situation, and it's difficult to treat. So it was a pilot study, and it took place in November, was published in November 2022 out of China. They had 85 patients that all had IBS-C, and they were randomly placed into an experimental group and a control group. The experimental group completed a 6-week program of slow deep breathing. They had to complete at least 30 minutes a day for 5 days a week, and the breath flow was 6 breathing cycles per minute, and it was an inhalation for 4 seconds and an exhalation for 6 seconds, and it was performed under supervision. All the participants had to make sure that they maintain their regular exercise and diet regime. So the results showed that after 6 weeks of the program, the experimental group improved their symptoms of IBS-C compared to the control group. There was significant improvement in the consistency and frequency of bowel movements. Also, the analysis of heart rate variability showed that the slow deep breathing group enhanced their vagal activity. There was a decrease in visceral sensitivity, and it concluded that the slow deep breathing methods can be effective for self-management of the condition. The advantages were that it can be practiced from any location, less time commitment, minimal physical effort, and without also the side effects of drugs. It seems that you have to complete the program for at least 5 to 6 weeks to see any differences. Previous studies that did less time, so less than 4 weeks, they didn't see any improvement. So the time of the program is also important, the length of time. The underlying mechanisms still need further investigation, although the link between the autonomic nervous system and increase in vagal tone seems to be one of the main factors. However, this was a pilot study, and a larger group study is needed to see if the changes are real.